Hey y'all, welcome in Timeshare Clarence. This might be a little bit longer video. Today, I just want to talk about gratitude and having an attitude of gratitude, having the perspective of gratitude, taking that position in your life with pretty much everything that goes on. So, as most of y'all know, I grew up in the church, and my entire life, I think I was just kind of taught to always be thankful, always be grateful, even in times where situations weren't necessarily ideal or circumstances were different than what I would like them to be. I was basically taught everything happens for a reason. So when it comes to gratitude, I remember a couple years ago, I don't remember who I was listening to, but at the time I was really big on kind of just turn on YouTube, starting with Steve Harvey and then going to motivational videos, or jump around from Les Brown, Steve Harvey, Jim Rohn, and a lot of other motivational speakers. And I just remember somebody asking a question like, if you have two people with the same thing, right? So, and this is speaking from the perspective of if you were God, right? So if you were God and you have two people that are in the exact same circumstances, one person just always complains, it's never enough. They never actually thank you for anything. All they do is tell you how hard things is. All they do is tell you how much more they need. All they do is ask you to give them more, but they're not grateful for anything that you've already given them. So the other person, they're grateful for having a place to stay, having nice clothes or decent clothes, shelter, food, the simplest things. But all they do is express gratitude. So both people got houses, both people have jobs, both people have vehicles, both people have basic necessities. And for one person, it's never enough. It's never good enough. You always need to do and give more. Why are they having to suffer and struggle through, living a life like this? And the other person is extremely grateful. So if you have something to give, who would you give it to? Who would you give it to? So when I heard that, it really resonated with me just from the standpoint of being a parent. So I have made a lot of sacrifices for my family, and I don't really regret any of them. I wish I could have done better in certain situations, but the actual decisions like going into the military, I don't regret, because in the long run, I felt like it was the best thing to do and the most beneficial thing to do, even if not in the moment. So with my kids specifically, I think my proudest moments are truly when my kids not only show gratitude, but consideration, and they're not selfish. And it really makes me proud when my kids speak that way, behave that way. So I was just really thinking about that because I really struggle with what I wanted to talk about today. That's common at this point. I write notes. I got Post-its, right on the whiteboard, record videos for myself just to try to figure out what to speak on. But today, just in the last 20 minutes or so, I was just thinking about how grateful I am to be in the position that I'm in. I have the best job I've ever had. I truly enjoy my job, and I truly feel like my job is a benefit to people, to society, to my family, everything. Because if I wasn't in the position that I'm in to do the things that I have the ability to do now, then I wouldn't be able to provide my kids with the things I want them to have. I wouldn't be able to share certain things with my mom, my siblings, family in general. So I'm extremely grateful And I just think that's the way to be. I think that even in trying times, even in challenging situations, when you come through it, there's a lesson in it that ultimately is beneficial. So even for what most people would consider the negative things, I'm still extremely grateful that I've made the poor decisions I've made the mistakes that I've made, learned the lessons that I've learned from doing those things, and then been able to grow as a man, grow as a father, grow as a brother, a uncle. One of my nieces just hit me up and said she going through some stuff, asked me to pray for her, which was kind of interesting because I want to talk to her about that as well, because that's a big thing in my family. And I don't consider myself religious, but I do really have a lot of faith and belief in God. I'm extremely grateful for everything He's blessed me with. That's literally my first priority on a daily basis, is to thank Him for giving me another day, another opportunity, a chance to do something more with my life. But if you start with gratitude, then naturally what you put into the universe comes back. So I would just say, because I don't want to make this too long, I would just say, as a parent, I've learned so much from my kids. And when I put myself in a situation where I kind of visualize God looking at all of us as His children. So it's really hard for me to believe that there's any way that I could even come close to God as far as my behavior, my thought process, my ability. But if we are made in His image, then I would feel like the relationship is very similar to a parent and a child. And there's absolutely nothing my children could do that would ever make me have a desire for my kids to suffer. However, if my kids are ungrateful, then that's not going to make me want to do more for them. When my kids express gratitude, when my kids show appreciation, it just makes me want to do more. It just validates that what I'm doing has an impact on them, that they appreciate what I'm providing, whether it's something materialistic or whether it's an experience that it actually has value to them. So I would ask anybody watching this to really think about all of the things you have in your life to be grateful for, all of the value in all of the experiences, all of the interactions, all the relationships, all of the opportunities, and everything that you've gotten to this point, everything you've been through to this point. Because ultimately, if you can't appreciate where you're at, even if it's not where you want to be, if you truly believe in any type of a higher power or even universal law, if you're not happy with what you have, if you're not thankful for what you've been given, if you don't appreciate the situation you're in, then why would the universe, why would God, why would any higher power give you more if you don't appreciate what you've already been given? So for today, that's really what I want to kind of put out there for people to think about. If you're not grateful for what you have, then if it is up to any being or any power, why would they give you more? So I would just challenge everybody to kind of put an attitude of gratitude first. Be thankful for what you have. Be thankful for who you are. Be thankful for everything that you have gotten through. Because the reality is, no matter how hard your life is, no matter what you've been subjected to, if you are still here, then your survival rate is 100%. You have gotten through everything you've gone through and hopefully come out better for it. But if you want better, it first starts with being appreciative and showing gratitude for what you have. So that's what I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share if you get any benefit from this. But until next time, Timeshare Clarence, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace.